Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin chart as Bitcoin is currently pumping, but you definitely want to proceed with caution. We are by no means out of the woods with the current price action. And with that being said, let's get right into the weeds. So we will start today over here on viewbase.com and we'll take a look at the upcoming expiration of some options, and in this case today is the 1st of March, so it's the beginning of the month. I like to always take a look at the expiration date for the monthly options that expire obviously at the end of the month, and in this case that's going to be March 25th. And for the calls, you can see there's around $43 million, and the puts have around $317 million. And so in reality, this is pretty lopsided right now, and if we actually give that a click, we can find out where these options are actually piling up. Now on the call side, the strike price that sticks out to me is going to be down here around the 40,000 level. If I scroll down a little, we can see that the calls have essentially 15 million stacked up here at the 40,000 strike price, and the puts only have about 2.5 million. And so what that could possibly indicate, now that Bitcoin is actually above 40,000, it could be very difficult for Bitcoin's price to get back down below 40,000, as you have a lot on the line for it to actually close above that 40,000 strike price. Now on the flip side, for the puts, the number that stands out to me really right now is the 50,000 strike price, and to a lesser extent the 45,000 strike price. Now at the 45,000 strike price there's around 3 million in puts, but at the 50,000 level there's almost 10 million piled up here over at the 50,000 strike price. And as far as the $45,000 strike price level, the calls actually have 9 million stacked up versus the puts 3 million. And so the 50,000 strike price is where I think the puts would really put up more of a fight. They would actually kind of be outnumbered here around 45,000 if we do see more bullish price action like we're currently seeing in the market. However, you do need to proceed with caution, and you want to keep an eye on these numbers. They adjust throughout the week, throughout the month, and if you start seeing this 40,000 level start to drop down to say 38 or a strike price of around 36,000, then you might want to pay attention to what Bitcoin's price action is doing. But right now, the key levels I see would be the 40,000 strike price with the 15 million for the calls. I would be concerned if the price got below 40,000. However, you need to keep in mind this is for the monthly. So if it went below 40,000 this week, being the first week of March, wouldn't be as concerning if it actually dipped down in the next couple weeks below 40,000. Then it could be difficult for the price to get back above that 40,000. And then on the top side, the price I'll really be watching is 50,000. If this bullish momentum continues and goes above 50,000, that could signal a push all the way back up. If you look towards the 60,000 strike price is the next level that there are actually any puts. We have open air from basically 50,000 to 60,000. So again, just one thing to keep an eye on, along obviously more importantly the charts, but I will be keeping an eye on the 40,000, 50,000, and obviously looking for that 60,000 if this bullish momentum continues. Now, this could just be a fake out, so you do want to proceed with caution with any of your trading. Right now, until I see closes up above the, say, 44,000 level, maybe even above 50,000, I'm not that bullish on Bitcoin. I'm still bearish. What I see is still bearish activity, and we'll jump to the charts to take a look at that. So with that being said, I do want to start over here on the 4-hour chart, and that does actually look bullish. We can see the big pump up. We have actually flipped the EMA ribbon. The greens and blues are now on top of the yellows and the reds, and so this is definitely bullish momentum. However, you can see we're starting to run into prior resistance back in these levels around that 44,000 to say around almost that 46,000 level. And so we could see this price roll back over. Now I would look for some support back here where we had support previously around that 41,600 level. And so if we do get a pullback, that would probably be actually healthy to get a pullback to say 41.6 and then maybe a continuation. that could actually be in the favor of this bullish price action. However, if it does break down below 41.6 or 41.5, then we could be headed back down towards that 40,000 level, which 40,000 was previous support, and so it could act as future support as well. But if we break down below that 40,000, as I mentioned earlier, then we could be selling right back off down towards 37 or that 32,000 level. However, for you bulls out there, the price has definitely moved in your direction. The key now is to get above essentially probably 45,000 and get a close up above 45.5 or maybe even 46.5. That to me would indicate some good bullish momentum. Now, before we jump over to another chart, I do want to point out that this price action we're currently seeing, where we bust above the ribbons and flip the ribbon bullish, is very similar to the price action we saw back here at the beginning of February, where the price was down below the ribbon and exploded upwards and flipped the ribbon once again. But eventually it did run into resistance and the price rolled over. And so that is why I'm still cautious if we actually start to see this price roll back over, which we are starting to see a little bit of weakness now that we've reached back up into this resistance level. So with that all being said, if we jump over here to the daily candles, we can see that the price yesterday did get above the ribbons, and today's price is looking to continue the push upwards above the ribbons. However, till this ribbon flips, you still should be proceeding with caution because it is still a bearish indicator. Until we see something like it happen back here, if you look back and check your 6, back in October when the price finally did explode up, we see the ribbon actually flip, which we could see if we get another 3 or 4 days of positive price action. But until we see a flip like we saw back here on the current ribbon, you do want to proceed with caution. Now, if I add in the Fibonacci levels, something to note is the 618 level right here is at around 46,700, and you can see that has been resistance and support in the past. It's been both. And so more than likely this 618 level or around 46,700 will be a level of resistance if the price can actually make it up there. The first level I actually need to see it get above, as I mentioned earlier, is actually 45.5, and that is above this level of previous support and now previous resistance. So essentially what I'm looking for to see a real flip from bearish to bullish would be for Bitcoin's price to really get above 45.5 and then above the 46.7 level. From there, then we're looking up at the 50% Fibonacci level, which is going to put us around 51,000. And so in reality, if Bitcoin's price did get above the 618 and maybe even above 47,000, you might put in a long with your profit target of around 50,500 to 51,000. However, on the flip side, if Bitcoin ends up rejecting here at 45.5 or at the 618 level around 46,700 and you start to see the price roll over, again, I'll go short. Once again, last week I had a short position that I was able to capture some quick profit on. And so right now I'm still actually bearish on Bitcoin and would look for a rejection at this level until it proves otherwise. And the way it would actually prove otherwise is I need confirmation of a close above the 45.5 or the 46.7 level, and in reality really I'm going to be looking for it to close above 47,000. At that point then I would flip and perhaps start to get bullish, but right now I am waiting for an opportunity to actually short Bitcoin if this current pump decides to roll over and dump. And at that point, my first profit target would probably be around that 41,000 level. Or for instance, right here is the 786 on the Fibonacci, and that puts us right about 40,600. Again, that 40,000 level is a key level on the options. So we might have some room for a pullback, even if it's temporary, on the current Bitcoin pump. We might get a little bit of a dump, and then we might get an explosion back up towards the top side. So from what I see on the charts, the battlefield hasn't really changed much. Bitcoin has dumped from its all-time high, and now it's somewhat consolidating. And until we really see a breakout, probably above 51,000 to say 53,000, or a breakdown below 33 or 32,000. Bitcoin's price, at least as far as the daily chart goes, is really just range bound in this range. And so we're really just waiting to see what direction it is actually going to go. Are we going to see it dump, or are we going to see a continuation of this pump back up towards perhaps new all-time highs? Again, I'm not here to make any predictions. What I see on the chart is still fairly bearish. The fact the price is above the EMA ribbon, that is bullish. But we have seen the price get above on 2 other occasions only to reject at this level of resistance. But again, you got to consider what time frames you're looking at. On the 4-hour chart we just looked at, that was definitely very bullish. But to me, what I see on this daily chart from the previous all-time high of 69,000 to the current price is still in that bear zone. And with that being said, I will continue to look for opportunities to go short once I get confirmation that the pump is looking to roll over into a dump. I've had multiple trades over the last few weeks on the short side for decent profit on Bitcoin. So I think that's enough jaw jacking. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any comments or questions, drop them in the comment section down below. If you are interested in videos about technical analysis, you might want to shoot that subscribe button. And so in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.